So I figured I'd bring you on this little adventure that I'm kind of going on today. I don't know if you can hear that, but blowing directly on the phone. Anyhow, so in lieu of recent discoveries, I need to go ahead and get my my melting foundry back up and running. And the refractory is gone in it, and I've been using plaster of Paris and sand as a bonding agent. Because plaster of Paris is a type of cement, not concrete, but cement, there is a difference. But it only lasts, it doesn't last long at all. It actually, the ability to stand up to high temperatures is not all that well. 3 or 4 burns, you know, it's already, well, after the first burn, it's already chipping and cracking and whatnot. So we're going to go with a different recipe. So we got 2 choices. We can either go higher tech, or we can go more primitive. But the problem with going higher tech means that you've got to have the money for the higher tech stuff. So that is something I do not have. So we're going to go more primitive. We're going to go back a few hundred years, probably a few thousand years, and we're going to make a almost like a cob, what they call a cob. They build houses out of this stuff. They used to build, some third world countries still build houses up. And all it is it's clay, it's sand, and it's straw. And the sand is the bonding agent. The straw just acts as almost like putting concrete, rebar in concrete. So it just resists cracking more. But I would love to be able to put some perlite in it, or perlite, but don't have money for perlite. Perlite is no more than a volcanic type of glass, sand, rock, very porous. It insulates very well, which is what you want when you're wanting to keep all the heat inside a certain chamber. I don't have the money for perlite right now, and I'm not needing to reach temperatures of 2,500, 3,000 degrees, so it's not really a necessity that it has to be that good, that insulated. So what we're going to do is just use a basic primitive type of cob mixture. Basically just sand that we're going to get out of the soil, the ground. There's sand, there's clay all around us, so we're just going to get the clay out of there. We're going to find some sand, and I'll have to find some straw. I may use something else. Not 100% sure yet, but I'm going to take you along this process. So when I get to it, I'll get to it. Heading that way now, so. Alright guys, so here I am back at the house. Had to break in. Thank God for credit cards. Ain't nothing on them, we gotta use them for something. Alright, so anyhow, I extracted some clay out of the yard and purified it the best I could, and this is what I've come up with. Now these have already been put in the oven, they've been tested, they've been cured out. They're very chalky, but they're hard as a freaking brick. The little one is pretty much just, it's the original batch. It does have a real fine sand mixed in with it, and this here has got, this is heavier, bigger, but it's light. This has got some bigger pieces of sand, as well as shit. The word I'm looking, oh yeah, coal, charcoal that I dug up out of the fire the other day. Charcoal, coal heat well, and so there's carbon in it, and that's just what I got out of the backyard. Now we went out to the lake right at the edge of the lake, and we dug up some dirt out of there, and we refined it, and this is what we've got. I don't know if you can see it. Let me take this where there's better light. So we made clay out of the lake ground. Let me just open this up real quick. And there we go. As you can see, this is still moist. It's been wrapped, but that's clay. That's just not pure, but it's clay, natural clay. Probably could have refined it a little bit stronger, maybe let it sit a little bit longer, but we didn't. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. Haven't dried any of the gray stuff out. But this had a lot of organics in it. This is at the edge of the lake, and this stuff here, there has been years of pine straw, leaves, trees, and stuff like that just fell down, and the sediments covered those, and those degraded and created a gas. And if you look at the edge of Lake Murray, where there's a lot of pine straw and all, you'll notice that there's little like bubble holes in the ground where the water's been seceded out, and that is the gas escaping. This stuff stunk like shit until we got it all out, but it smells like clay now, mostly. So I think what I'm going to do is, there's an area right up the road where there is the bank has been pretty much not washed away but cut down for the road. So I think I'm just going to go up there and dig in the side of that hill and get some of that sediment clay out, the red stuff, and refine it. And I'm not going to take you through the whole process. Maybe just one or two processes there, because it takes a while. But so yeah, let me get started with that, and I'll cut this thing back on and we'll see where we're going to go. Like I said, if I was trying to get up to 2,500, 3,000 degrees, I'd probably use some type of a ceramic type clay, but I'm not trying to melt steel. I'm only trying to melt aluminum, maybe some brass and copper. So it doesn't have to be extraordinary, but so we'll see where it goes. Aluminum melts at like 1,200 degrees, and I need to pour it at about 1,400 to 1,600 degrees, which is well away from 2,500 to 3,000 degrees. So the forge doesn't really have to be insulated to the point where it has to be able to hold that. The structure of the refractory just has to hold together, and I think we can make that happen. So we'll see what happens. I'll cut this thing back on in a little bit. Alright, and here we are. That clay, that's what we're after. Now, I haven't been able to extract the best clay out of all of that yet, but you see that light colored at the top? That's what I was trying to use, but the darker red, orange stuff, I haven't tried to use that yet, so I'm hoping to actually get a better result out of that and have a better heat resistance out of a pure clay. Now, you don't have to do this to get pure clay. If you want pure clay, go to the dollar store, get the cheapest bag of cat litter you can, look at the ingredients that should say natural clay. A little bit of water, mix it up, you can make clay. But I don't have money, so I've got to make my own. So here we go. Alright guys, let me show you what I got so far. Holy cow. I think this is going to be a good clay content in this. As you can see there, we got red clay, and this stuff is that's pretty stout clay there. Hell to dig. We got red clay, we got yellow clay, and we have white clay. So I don't know what this is going to do. fuck it, we're gonna give it a try. I got a couple bucket loads out of just that little bit. So I probably got too much. But let's go back and refine this. And you refine it, it's pretty easy. It's just a washing process. You get it wet and you get it, you use about 2 parts of water to 1 part of clay, or what you've dug up. You get the particles suspended. And clay's relatively, it's real fine, so the longer you set it, the better. But anyhow, you get it suspended, you dump it out, and you filter it through like a t-shirt into another spot. Holy cow. I just donated plasma, I ain't supposed to be doing this. But anyhow, so yeah, you filter it through, and then you let that clay water set. You let the real fine particles of clay settle to the bottom. You pull the water off on top of it, and then you wrap it in like a towel, and you hang it, and you let the atmosphere pull the moisture out of it to a certain point. You don't want it completely dried out, or it's gonna be like a freaking rock. Somebody's about to run over me. But at that point in time, when you have the right moisture content, you have clay. Then you just add the sand. I don't want to use the sand that's already in it, because the sand that's already in it is way too fine. So I need something like play sand. And I don't have any hay or straw, so I'm going to use something different. These fucking vines I got everywhere in the yard that I keep pulling out of the trees. Them bastards are going to get used for something more than just firewood. So yeah. All right, let me get this stuff refined up, and I'll show you where we're sitting at. All right, so I still got some clay left over. I tell you, this orange shit's acting really weird. I don't know if you can tell, but it's already seems to be separating. The clay particles already seem to be falling down towards the bottom of the buckets. Usually this takes, you know, a few hours. This type of clay seems to be really dense, and it's separating fast. I'm not real sure. I'm going to have to do a little bit more research on different types of clay and see what the deal is. This stuff might not be suitable for any type of building or refractory. There again, it might be perfect for it, so I don't know. Now, there's my transformers where I do all my Lichtenberg fractal burnings. But I thought this might take a couple days for this stuff to separate, but I'm beginning to wonder. I think in a couple hours I'm going to have to take a lot of water off the top of it, and then come back. I mean, it could just be that it's just pure dense clay, and that'd be awesome, because then I'd be able to go a lot further with it. So yeah, I'll let you know what happens in a couple hours before I end this video. Alright guys, I'm back. So you know, it's been a couple days since I started letting this stuff sit, and as you can see here, it's compacted. It's really smooth. Still got a lot of moisture in it, so it's just got to be dried out excessively. So I'm about to wrap it up in some towels, hang it up, let the atmosphere suck it out of there, and hopefully by sometime in the morning, maybe we can see what we got out of the rest of that stuff, or some of the rest of that stuff. I tried to make somewhat of a adobe brick here. I added some sand and some reeds out of the lake. They're got a styrofoam type material on the inside of them, and so they'll hold air and they'll insulate. So we'll see what's going on with it all tomorrow. Alright, real quick guys, I don't know if you can see this, but I just dug this out of the bottom. of the bucket, and the stuff's so pliable and it's really smooth. I don't even feel any sand in it, and I thought that maybe there was going to be some really fine sand, but apparently not. It's going to be good clay, real good clay. I'm going to take it by a potter tomorrow and figure out just exactly how good it is. But you can mold it, and you know, you just elongate it and put your fingers around that end right there and press that kind of down and around and like so, and stick your little hole right there, and damn it, and then you know, stick in a little piece right there, and you have you a very interesting and you just dry it out and fire it, and you got you a little mantelpiece. It'll be a conversation piece. People will be like, "Hey, Dan, that's pretty cool. What is that?" "Oh, that's my clay pecker." And look, it even has a little face on it. It looks like it has a face. Hey, guys! Anyhow, this is, I got all that damn trash in there. Because I dropped it on the ground. I dropped the balls on the ground. I dropped the ball. But yeah, this is it. This is what I've refined. This is what's been sitting for a few days, and I didn't even. This is at the very bottom, so this is the most compacted stuff, and it's pretty pure. So yeah, so I'll get more information on this, and hit you back up with it later. Bye.